Good Wednesday, everyone. Thanks for stopping by. Garden State Weather and GardenStateWeather.blogspot.com providing superior forecasting for the northern mid-Atlantic 24 hours a day. I'm forecaster Robert Smith with the video forecast discussion for this chilly Wednesday, the 4th of February 2015. We're getting in real deep into the heart of winter now. We do apologize also for the audio problems yesterday. We didn't realize halfway through that the audio cut out, even though the microphone said that it was on. So we're going to make sure that that doesn't happen again today. Have a little bit of mid-level clouds across the region this morning. All the airports showing basically cloudy skies with this mid-level deck at around 8,000 feet. And the temperatures are in the upper teens to low and mid-20s. They're up to 29 in Central Park, 27 at LaGuardia, 30 at Kennedy, 23 at Newark. Teterboro is cloudy and 22. We had a few flurries last hour in Scranton. That's now just diminished. That's cloudy, temperature 19. And there is an upper air disturbance that's moving through to the north, so do not be surprised to see a spotty snow shower across the region early this morning, but most of this that we're seeing on Doppler radar early this morning is virga, which means it's basically evaporating in the cloud bases. Here you go. Doppler radar this morning as of about 7 o'clock shows the, basically, or a quarter to 7 this morning shows the virga. This would have been all snow. It is all snow in the that is actually precipitating, but none of this is reaching the ground as the dew points are too dry. Watches, warnings, and advisories. We only have small craft advisories and gale warnings on all of the coastal waters for tonight, today through tonight and tomorrow. First off, the gale warnings are in effect from 11 a.m. this morning to 11 p.m. this evening. That's small craft advisories, rather, and then gale warnings from 10 a.m. tomorrow through tomorrow night. And that means that southerly winds will freshen at 15 to 20 knots to 30 knots today, shifting around to the northwest with an Arctic front tomorrow morning at 20 to 25 knots, gust up to 40 knots, seas building to 3 to 6 feet in the afternoon. And also the other thing would be the freezing spray that's possible on Thursday night and Friday morning. We don't find any delays or closures at any of the airports in the New Jersey, New York City metropolitan area this morning, and we find VFR conditions on the flight decks as well. VFR conditions will continue through at least tonight, increasing mid-level clouds expected after later tonight. And then the chances for snow increase are the highest after around 1 a.m. this morning. Some chances exist at all the terminals, Allentown, Reading, and all the sites where it is likely to occur just before daybreak tomorrow. MVFR conditions primarily due to visibility restrictions are possible with any of the light snow that occurs in that snow band ahead of the Arctic front. Winds will generally be southerly and light for much of today. Cold front sweeps through the region after midnight tonight, bringing an abrupt shift to the northwest winds and very windy conditions tomorrow morning. The outlook for tomorrow, MVFR and IFR early with some areas in the morning for a brief band of snow, especially north and west of Philly, associated with the Arctic front, and then rapid VFR conditions, winds shift to the northwest and increase 15 to 20 knots, gust up to around 30 knots, and then diminish at night. Friday, VFR. Some increasing clouds, especially late west-southwest winds at around 10 knots. Saturday, VFR. However, a cold front will settle into the area at Saturday night. It may allow for MVFR ceilings and some light precipitation for a time. And Sunday, things get interesting. The conditions then lower to MVFR and IFR with the potential for some snow and or rain-snow mix the further south you go. Now, we've got a complicated forecast coming up for later this weekend to early next week, too. Right now at Newark, it's 23, dew point 16, humidity 73%, visibility is better than 10 miles, a few clouds 6,500 and 8,000. And basically right now, basically experiencing southwest winds, VFR conditions, scattered clouds around the region, broken ceilings, and then lowering tonight. Could find a little light snow around here early tomorrow morning. A light band of snow with broken ceilings at 3,000 and 15,000. But right now we're in VFR and it's cold, but it's a little warmer than it was at this time yesterday with the cloud cover. In Philadelphia, 28, dew point 19, humidity 69%. The wind is out of the southwest. Southeast rather at 5. Visibility is 10 miles. Again, 6,000 and 10,000 are the cloud decks right now. Could find some snow showers around the region late tonight, early tomorrow morning, and then a band of light snow nearing daybreak tomorrow at around 6, 7 a.m. And a wind shift rapidly to the northwest at 15, gust up to 25 knots with broken ceilings. And tomorrow afternoon, it's going to be a windy day and cold. Temperatures are really going to start plummeting here beginning tomorrow morning with the passage of the Arctic front. Now, before anyone gets overly excited about tomorrow morning, we told you this from the beginning. It's an Arctic front with a snow band on it. Less than an inch of snow across the entire New Jersey, New York City metropolitan area, maybe 2 to 3 inches enhanced over the upper portions here of southeastern New York State. If we went to northwestern New Jersey, again, amounts could be generally an inch or less, and that's what we're expecting at this time. NAMWAR 4 kilometer precipitation type and cloud forecast. Basically, this is all going to be in the form of snow. Here comes our band of snow. First of all, go back to this early this morning. Upper air disturbance moving through, minoring out, breaking breaks in the clouds, and then clouds increase late this afternoon and tonight. Here comes the Arctic front. It looks like the band of snow weakens it a little bit more on the NAM, but still, it's possible that a band of snow could be enhanced around the northeastern New Jersey, New York corridor tomorrow morning, right near, well, you guessed it. You guessed it. Tomorrow morning, probably right around rush hour in northeastern New Jersey, the I-95 corridor into New York City, the lower Hudson Valley, and then that moves out. And then rapid clearing skies, rapidly dropping temperatures. We'll show you that in a moment. And strong gusty northwest winds. It's going to make some of that snow blow around early tomorrow morning. We'll start out with the NAM 4-meter temperatures, or 2-meter temperatures. That's about ground level here. Temperatures in the teens and 20s early this morning, rapidly rising into the 20s and 30s. Could be the first time that we've seen temperatures rise above freezing in New York City, central and southern New Jersey, Philadelphia, and the Delmarva. Today we could even get into the upper 30s to around 40 or so right here just over the Delaware the Delaware Bay here, and basically temperatures will stay warm relatively above freezing in most areas for tonight, and that's when the Arctic front comes through. Temperatures by dawn tomorrow morning start to trickle back down into the upper 20s and 30s, and pow in the kisser as that cold front comes through. Temperatures rapidly drop into the 20s and teens. This will all be occurring tomorrow morning at the same time that the snow band gets into the New Jersey, New York City metropolitan area. Temperatures are already falling into the 20s, and the winds will continue to increase, and the temperatures will continue to fall back until we get into the afternoon hours on Thursday, where temperatures drop from the 30s in the morning into the upper teens and low to mid 20s in the afternoon. So very windy conditions, very rapid drop in temperature. And temperatures continue on the cold side. Friday night, they're back into the single digits over interior locations, and we could even see some temperatures at or near zero over the interior. The winds will debate, but some of the wind chill values will definitely be below zero. And by Friday morning, you're waking up here at sunrise, and temperatures by sunrise on Friday generally either side of zero to the low and mid single digits here across the entire New Jersey, New York City metropolitan area down to the Philadelphia corridor as well. Temperatures begin to warm up just slightly into the teens and lower 20s on Friday, so Friday's basically a cold day. And then we get into an active pattern again, as we're going to be belied by, or betwixt between very cold high pressure to the north, a disturbance to the south, and a front that lies somewhere in between with activity along it. GFS maps into motion. Here comes the front, and it's separated from our southern stream system here, and as a result it comes through with snow showers or a band of light snow showers tomorrow morning. Then notice how the pressure gradient tightens here, very gusty winds, temperatures rapidly falling. The winds will abate by late afternoon, and on Friday morning it's just cold high pressure building in for the first part of the weekend. And things get interesting with another Clipper and another Arctic front developing and moving south, sinking south across the region. As we get into Saturday night and Sunday, we find isentropic lifts, some light snow develops to our north and west. First it's very light on Saturday night, and then the isentropic lift really gets going. Could find a band of light snow here around the region on Sunday morning, and this could all be cold, and this is definitely all cold enough to be able to stick. We could find some ice pellets or even rain across the southern tier. And this is where things get interesting, because we have one wave of low pressure. Here's our Arctic front, which is separating high pressure, cold Arctic high pressure to the north over southeastern Canada, and again off to the south and east. In between, we have a squeeze play here where we have an Arctic front settling across the region, and then disturbances moving across it. There could be multiple disturbances with cold air damming. This could still be showing up in the Sunday afternoon, Sunday night, and Monday time frame, with light snow continuing around the region. This has been the trend for the last couple of runs of the GFS, and to some extent most of the other modeling as well. So we're going to have to watch this, because one wave will move off the coast, another wave will develop here, and this is where things get interesting. This has been tending to go towards more to the CMC analysis, where we get this kind of blocking situation here, or cold air damming, I should say, not really so much blocking, and then the storm just slows down as the wave of low pressure deepens along the Arctic boundary here and the upper air trough that's digging into the eastern United States. This causes warm air to be advecting in from off the ocean and changes the precipitation from snow over to rain, ice pellets, and just a mess. And that would be on midnight and into early Tuesday morning. And then this solution carries the low deepening a little bit and slower off the coast on Tuesday morning. But we don't have a lot of blocking here in the North Atlantic, so everything should be a little bit more progressive, but it would tend to change all the snow over to rain. And this solution looks viable, but there are still some guesses as to this looks a little bit slow and suspicious to me. Now, because the GFS is basically stalling the front out with multiple disturbances along it, keeping us in a snow band pretty much from Sunday afternoon right through early Tuesday or even Wednesday at this point, it's possible that several inches of snow could be accumulating on the ground. This graphic might be a little bit overdone. And the Canadian GEM model is beginning to show the same kind of scenario, although it's a little bit more, shall I say, smoothed out in the graphics here. But several inches of snow could fall across this area, making for plowable snow once again. And the European Ensemble 500 millibar height and anomaly forecast going into the future supports a little bit of this too. As we get into Monday night and Tuesday, we find basically high pressure locked up to the north, south of Hudson's Bay. A ridge axis moving into a perfect position. Basically, if you want to see an East Coast weather event here, you got a high pressure ridge over Montana, back down through the southwest here, and a trough axis down through the Ohio Valley with the below mean heights here centered over in this area in blue here. The European model ensemble is showing that this trend then extends as we lose the ridge axis. It backs to the west coast. Another trough develops here over the Intermountain region, forces this entire anomaly off the coast very rapidly on Monday night and Tuesday, and then eventually it's out to sea once again. GFS sees this kind of thing too, with the ridge axis building over the Intermountain West here in the perfect position for troughing downstream or in the eastern United States, and that's exactly what the GFS model is showing in the 500 millibar height anomalies. It finds the trough axis here in the east, and it lingers into Monday night and Tuesday, deepens it a little further, and lingers it a little bit longer into Tuesday and Tuesday night before the whole axis of the trough moves offshore once again. So it's a rather unusual way at this time of the year to get a snow event in the New Jersey, New York City, Philadelphia metropolitan area, and that will all depend on where the front lies from time to time, from Sunday through early Wednesday, where the boundary lies and where the disturbances roll along the front. Right now, it still looks like that some areas are going to receive a little bit more snow than others, and of course, we'll be watching this as this all evolves in real time. For everything live, it's Garden State Weather, gardenstateweather.blogspot.com, Twitter, Facebook, and Google+. I'm forecaster Robert Smith. You have a great Wednesday. We'll be back in video form on Thursday morning.